guys, welcome to Main Plug TV. This is Youth Talk Show, and my name is Sharon Owino. So today I have a guest with me. He will introduce himself, and for our topic today, we'll be talking about why relationships are failing. I know you've been wondering why relationships are failing, why you've been trying relationships but they're not working. So today I have an expert for you. Yeah, I can call him an expert, and maybe my words won't do justice to his introduction. So, Mr. Benson, welcome.
Thank you so much.
So maybe you can tell us who is Mr. Benson.
Okay. First of all, I'm very grateful for this program. I'm called Benson Anjejo Jalango. I'm a teacher by profession.
You're a teacher by profession?
Yes.
I've heard Benson Anjejo Jalango. Are you related to Jalash, or is it just a name?
No, the Jalango is my father. But not the Jalango, the comedian and the MP.
Oh.
We are not related in any way.
Oh.
Yeah.
So Benson, once again, welcome to Main Plug TV, and we are glad to host you.
Thank you so much.
So today we are talking about why relationships are failing, and our target is about the youth.
Yes.
Even before we talk about that, according to you, what do you think is the best age for youth to engage in a relationship?
We are in the 21st century. And this is a time where you may not dictate the age so much. We are aware that the youths, according to Kenyan Constitution, the youth is a person who is between 18 years to 35, 40 years old. And these are the people who are allowed to even have IDs, according to Constitution.
Yeah.
So the person who is in between this age bracket is free to be in relationship.
Okay,
Yes.
it's free to be. So, for example, if you had a sister
Yes.
at around 18 years, and maybe she tells you that I have a boyfriend, will your reaction be the same as you're saying it right now?
Yes, my reaction will just be the same because that person is old enough to be in a relationship.
So, an 18 and above is old enough to be in a relationship.
Of course. That is according to Kenyan Constitution.
Okay, now what about according to you?
According to me, what I can say is that many people, even a child who is about 10 years old, does know so many things because they have access to the smartphones, they can see what is happening in the world. And don't be surprised that a child who is 10 years old is already in a relationship. So according to me, the person who is supposed to be engaging in a relationship should be, according to the Constitution, 18 years and above.
So as long as the person is 18 years and above, you
yes,
will
you are
accept.
free to join a relationship.
So it means if one day your child comes and tell you, Dad, I'm in a relationship, you'll be like, it's okay.
There is a role of a parent. By that time, you are talking about being a parent now. There are some roles of a parent, and the roles of parents is to guide their children. You can sit with them now and say, for now, I'm not seeing this possible for you because you are supposed to be doing 1, 2, 3. But if you have seen that the child is mature enough to be in a relationship, why deny him a chance or her?
Okay, so now since you said 18, now we will be talking about 18. So nowadays we've been having these issues of relationship failing, and at some point you find that people they end up having friends with benefit. Like I can say, instead of being in a relationship, let me have a friend with benefit. What do you say about that?
Okay. Before I answer that question, I want us to get this fact right. We have many students who have engaged themselves in a relationship. Being a teacher, I've experienced. This is my 5th year in teaching, so I have a lot of experience. I've dealt with students who are girls. I was teaching my former school. I was teaching girls and boys, and now I'm teaching boys only. You realize that a child who is in Form 2 is already having a girlfriend somewhere. This is a relationship. And maybe they are not understanding the reason why they have engaged themselves in the relationship. And therefore, that one you cannot say it's a relationship that leads somewhere or that will take this to somewhere. It's coming about because of the peer pressure and peer influence. They come to school, they find themselves in a cocoon, then they start asking themselves questions. Do you have one? Yes, I have one. So I have to go and look for one so that I can be like so and so.
Yeah.
So you realize that many students get into the relationship because of peer pressure and peer influence. They want to be this equal to the rest who are in that cocoon, so that at least you can be called a man at the end of the day. That is what they are interested in. So when we talk about the relationship failing, that is the question,
Yeah.
And you said about a friend of benefit.
Yeah, a friend with benefit.
With benefit.
Yeah.
I don't know where this one is emanating from, or where
it's
it is
actually
coming
about
from.
campus. It's the relationship in campus right now.
Yes. One of the things that are making people to look for friends with benefit is poverty. There is nothing else. Poverty. We are living in a land where most of the people don't have cash. And therefore they are looking for somebody who can cash on them in school.
So what does poverty have to do with the relationship?
But you have just said, I am looking for a friend with benefit. One of the things, or one of the benefits that people can look for from friends is money.
Okay, we can have friends with benefits
Yes.
whom we just want to, maybe, for example, right now, the weather is cold, and you don't want to be in a relationship, rather you don't want to commit, so you maybe you think, I just have this friend, or we always call them besties, the best friend whom you can go do everything a couple does, including being an intimate, but now there are no strings attached.
So that is what we call the friends of benefit.
Yeah, that's friends with benefit. It's not about money. It's about now the intimacy.
Okay.
Why do you think they exist?
You know, when we have reached a certain age, and we have talked about that, about the age, maybe 18 years old, somebody may feel that I should be having somebody. I should be having somebody. I don't know, when I talk about somebody, put it in bracket or in quote.
Okay.
So, you go and look for somebody whom you can be with in a relationship, or you can do everything at the end of the day. Then, at the end of the day, you realize that this friendship maybe is not heading somewhere, or it is heading to failure. It's because you started relationship, but you are not having the correct motive for it at the end of the day. You are not starting friendship or a relationship of purpose, where you have something. I want this relationship to go with me until the day I will marry, or I will I'll engage myself in marriage, or etc. You get there so that you can enjoy the life. The life as an individual, as a youth. So I want also to hang out, like others are hanging out with their friends. I also want to get warm when there is cold. Like now, there is a lot of cold. I want to get warm from my partner. Those are some of the things that make people to go there. But if we look deeply into the relationship matters, what make the youths to engage in this relationship, which sometimes I call them premature relationships, is because of influence also. Because we cannot say that peer pressure, peer influence is only available in high school. Even in campus. In fact, in campus it is even so dangerous. Because if you are not seen with a boy or a girl at the end of the day, you can even be labeled to be a member of LGBTQ. Because they are now saying, where is yours? We want to see yours at the end of the day. So you realize that you get engaged in this relationship to show people that I can also do whatever thing that the others are doing.
So you talked about motive in a relationship.
Yes.
Now this raises another question. You find that a boy and a girl are in a relationship, but this is a moment where we are so much in love that you believe it will end up somewhere, maybe in marriage. Is sex before marriage right in this situation?
Before I talk about sex before marriage, being right or wrong, love is, by the way, love I want you to get this properly.
Yeah.
Love has really interfered with many relationships. This love. Because you get into the relationship with a lot of love, that you don't want anything to happen in between you with your partner at the end of the day. Then you realize that once you love that person so much, with all your blood and heart and everything and organs that you're having, you love that person. If anything happens, then you realize that the person who loves the other one so much is the one who is being affected.
Yeah.
So this issue we call love, we should know which kind of love. Because we have mad love and we have just moderate love. We should be a love whereby you don't want anybody to go with your partner at the end of the day. You don't want your partner to break your heart.
Is it normal? Will you accept your partner cheating on you or going out with someone else?
I only believe in the love of Jesus Christ, which was normal. But nowadays, if we put ourselves so much into that love, it might interfere with us. We should be flexible enough that we are human beings and we are prone to errors and mistakes.
So flexible, ile ukipigwa heartbreak, you're like, thanks, when you walk out.
Flexible in the fact that you know that this person is also a human being. Tomorrow he might see somebody and not you. You might find him with a bestie somewhere. Maybe hanging around or in the town. Then you should not be mad about that. You should just understand that this is love matters, and you should not take it so much serious that it interferes with your life.
Does it really happen like that realistically?
But that is what has led to many people committing suicide in love. I mean, in the relationships.
Yeah.
So realize your friend has gone with others. You are remaining there. And the only thing that you can think of, I cannot continue living, is because of the too much love that we have put in the relationship. You should be flexible enough to know that tomorrow this person may do what? May leave.
So you are in a relationship, but you have the mind that this person may leave anytime. Don't you feel that there will be no commitment in that relationship? Commitment should be there, and that is an agreement between the two, where you now talk to that person, you agree, you are the person I have chosen. I have chosen you so that we can be together in this relationship. These are my demands. Give me your demands. At the end of the day, you agree. Okay, these are what we have. But we should not connect ourselves or initiate ourselves so much to these demands that if they are not met, then other things will happen. Now, that takes us back to the issue about sex before marriage.
Yes, that is where I'm coming from. Or I'm going to. Sex before marriage. If you want to see another thing that has really led to the breakdown of many relationships today, is sex. And I'm not even afraid of saying that sex has interfered with many relationships. I look for you, then tomorrow I want to test waters. I want to feel if I am a man or I am just a medium person. Am I able to act at the end of the day? Then, if we go into the relationship with the mind of sex, then one thing that is going to happen to that relationship is that it is going to end very soon. I am like a hunter going to the forest to look for an animal. Once I've killed that animal, there is nothing else I want. So if we enter into the relationship with the mind of sex, then be sure that this relationship may not end up being fruitful at the end of the day. So many relationships today are failing because of that mind of having sex. So one thing that we need to work on once we engage ourselves into relationship is what is known as self-control. Are you able to control yourself when you are two of you in a room that is closed?
Can that really happen?
Can it really happen? If you can manage yourself in that scenario, then this relationship is going somewhere.
Hold on. So in a case of maybe you've been in a relationship for maybe 2 years.
Yes.
And your partner tells you maybe like it's high time because I can see us going somewhere. So it's high time maybe we test this thing. What do you think about that?
Was that in the initial agreement between the two of you?
Well,
that you will be engaging in sex before you marry each other?
It's a relationship, so relationship calls for intimacy, and truth be told, the moment two people are in a relationship, there is that intimacy. Maybe you guys will hug, will kiss, and everything will lead to another. Because I want to believe that humans, as long as there's emotions, they will be always tied to their sexual desires. Yeah. So can it really be avoided in a relationship?
If you can be in a relationship for 2 good years without having sex, then you can manage it even until the day you will marry. Why do you engage in sexual intercourse when you have already managed to be in a relationship for 2 good years? Why can't you just wait? If you have been there faithfully for 2 years, then it means that until the day you will get married, you can still continue.
But don't you think that maybe, for example, two young people are in a relationship, but either one party is so much against the sex? Do you think this is what will actually lead to maybe one partner cheating on the other because he or she cannot fulfill the sexual desires?
Exactly. That is what you should know, and we should all know that when these two minds cannot meet somewhere and agree, then this relationship is bound to fail. If one of the partners is feeling like we should be having sex, and the other one is saying no, we should wait until the day we will marry, then there will be cheating issues here. And can we ask ourselves that now that we know that our minds are not meeting at a certain point, so I should just engage myself in this kind of act,
maybe
so that at least I bring
the
it closer.
relationship working.
That one will be, you are like pleasing the other. And if you have gone into the relationship to please the other person, then you are going to be used. That is how many people used others in the relationship. So we should have a stand when we are in the relationship. Because if this person wants sex and I don't want sex, let us look at the things that are good for our relationship. Is it sex? If it is not sex, then I'm right. And we should not demand for that.
But actually nowadays there's a notion that a relationship cannot work without sex.
That is a notion the way you have said it. So if it is a notion, then it means that the other version of it can work.
But many relationships are failing because of it.
Yeah. Sex is the source of all the failings that we are having, all the failures that we are having in the relationship. Because I will come, I'm getting into the relationship because of sex. Once I have worked on you, or we have sexual intercourse, then I will lose the morale of seeing you. In fact, when I'm having sex with you each and every time. When you come to look for me or you come to visit me in the house, it is just sex. One day, one time, you are going to have a child somewhere. And once the other person has already become pregnant, the man will start withdrawing, saying, "No, I don't know this. It's like you are cheating on me." One day, some stories are being cooked here. So you realize that it is this sex matters that has led to the breakdown of your relationship.
So basically,
so when we are in the relationship, we must have a clear motive of being in the relationship.
Clear motive.
Yes.
So what is the motive for two young people being in a relationship?
If you are too young to be in a relationship, why are you engaging yourself in the relationship?
You earlier said that 18 years can be in a relationship.
According to Constitution, and I say that I will repeat, according to Constitution, you are allowed to remain in the relationship. But if you are 18 and you feel like, no, there are some things that I need to do. You are 19, you are still feeling that there are some things that I need to do. Why can't you do the things that are of priority than being in a relationship where you will be broken into pieces?
So, for example, to say this lady who is not actually who decided to put her priorities first before relationship, and she's almost turning 27. Isn't it the same society that will say that she is failed? Like they start looking at her like an old woman.
We are human beings, and we must also have our priorities. We must set our priorities right not just setting them, but we must put them right. By now, when you are about to, or when you are doing something, you should know that by next year, I'm supposed to be having this. The next year, I'm supposed to be having this. If you think that staying alone for too much will lead to other problems, why solve that problem early enough? So it will depend on me. I say by 25, I'm supposed to be married. So I'm sure I'm supposed to make myself available for the people who are supposed to be marrying me at the end of the day.
What if it's by 25 there's no girl who is interested in you, or everyone you're finding, my baby, they're cheating, rather you are not compatible, like you are not finding that one partner by 25. It means that you'll be still adding years.
Then you are the problem. To yourself.
If you're not getting
You become a problem to yourself. Because you cannot tell me that, there is nobody who is marrying me. I have been looking for somebody who can marry me, but I'm not finding.
Actually, you should be looking for a suitable partner, someone who you think you can work together with, but maybe it might take time,
Yeah, it might take time, but at least if you know what you want, you can wait for that.
Okay.
But don't be so much problem. Some people are like, I cannot marry this, I cannot marry this, it's not my type, it's not. Just wait there. You will become old. And a certain mzee somewhere will marry you.
So, Benson, as we end, maybe just the last question. For how long do you think two people should be in a relationship before they get married?
It depends.
Mm-hmm.
I want to tell you that maybe not to speak about my former relationship or what I am having now, because you have not asked me those ones. I was expecting. So that I can give you the story.
We are coming.
The story of heartbreak.
No. Your story nakwanga tamu nini
Okay, come up with the question again.
Okay, how long do you think two people should date before they end up in marriage?
That's what I don't know. I don't know the exact time that somebody should take, because we've heard other people talking about how the long they stayed in the relationship before they got married. Recently, there was one of our church members in Kisumu who said that they took about 4 years just dating. And to me, that is so much. What are you doing in 4 years?
What do you propose?
To me, it's 1 year. 1 year is enough. You have learned, you've known the problems of that person, you have interacted, you've known what she wants or what he wants. And then you can start life. That's why I'm planning to be in a relationship for not more than 1 year.
Okay, now you've talked about relationship. For the purpose of our viewers, are you in a relationship right now?
Don't go personal.
No, I'm not being personal. You gave me the authority to ask that.
Currently, I'm not in a relationship.
But
I was.
You are.
But it did not work. It did not work.
Should we continue with the story, or is it just...
Yeah, we can continue a bit. It did not work back then in the college. I think I was also influenced. The peer influence and peer pressure will do me.
Wait,
okay.
Are you sure if she...
I went into the relationship with the idea of marrying. You see? Then I sat down. I'm still in college. And I need to marry this girl. Which money will I use to feed her? Okay, when I take her from Nairobi to our Muroni place, how am I going to live? Where is the source of finance that is going to make us live at the end of the day? Or to take care of her? And that one was a little bit problematic to me. I could not answer. Then, I was just remaining a few months to finish up or to complete my studies. And the lady was coming from very far, Kambani, and I'm coming from Nyanza. Long distance trade. So I think it is the long distance relationship, and also maybe lack of preparedness that has led to us parting ways. So, but we parted ways in a very, very good manner.
Yeah,
I just
people can still part ways in a very good manner.
Yes, we agreed. I think with all these things, I'm seeing a problem ahead. Our relationship is not going to work because of the distance and also because of priorities. So I don't want to waste for your time. If you get somebody who is ready, please just go with that person. But I want you to know that my motive with you was you are supposed to continue like this and to marriage. But I don't know what you have in your mind. So I want to give you an open check. You able to wait or
Go. And she decided to leave.
she decided to go the other way around. And because now we are in a long distance relationship, things are not working when it comes to communication. Because the girl was like, you are not calling. Who are you calling all this time? I have been waiting for your calls, but you are not calling me. So I asked her, how frequent should I be calling you? You say, no, I'm your lady. You should call me every day. And I say, no. To me, no. I don't have that credit to waste. If you are in a relationship, just believe that we are in this relationship and we are continuing that.
Guys, you've heard it.
Yes.
If you're in a relationship, believe. Don't simp. I think that's what we call simping. Don't simp. Mr. Benson, it has been nice having you, and I would really wish to have you again next time.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your appearance. Guys, thank you so much. And so, remember to subscribe, to watch, and also to share. Also, don't forget to press the bell button at the top of your screen, always to keep our notification coming in whenever we have a new video. Anyways, it has been nice having you guys. Until next